This is me. I'm Joe. I'm a final year student of French. I'm going to talk about my project that I did, which was about, in June, it was about teaching languages, basically. So, how many of you learnt a language at school? Okay, most of you. And I think it's probably a little bit like this. Can you just stand up and turn? You've got fromage, which means... cheese. Fromage, which means cheese. But there's a third stage to this, which is that fromage doesn't actually mean cheese. What fromage means, if you're ready to stand up in a second, is this. Okay. I treat myself to some cathedral. Okay, so my project was about how we can use drama to help teach languages, and so we can cut out the middleman. Thank you very much. And we can go straight from fromage, which means this. Okay, thank you very much. You can sit down. I'll get that. So my project was about teaching languages, specifically French, using theatre. Does anybody know who this is? Gerard Depardieu, yeah. And he's purely here just to kind of symbolise theatre and France, nothing more than that. Which is so I wanted to do I wanted to do a play in French that I was going to kind of write, direct, performing, and take it to schools in Leeds. So I applied to Leeds for Life Foundation, which for students that don't know what it is, it kind of does several things, but one of the things it does is fund student-led projects, and they gave me £500, and then I auditioned students when I was on my year abroad last year in Bordeaux, my Erasmus year, and created a play over 2 weeks, and then took it to schools in Leeds. Oh, wait, there we go. I took it to schools in Leeds and we performed 7 times, and each time we performed, we did a workshop afterwards, which was part of the project. So we performed for a play for 30 minutes, and then in a 30-minute kind of drama workshop. So this is part of the performance. It was called the Golden Croissant. It was about 2 sisters who were kind of on a quest throughout Paris to win the Golden Croissant. And then the second part of it was the workshop. So this was actually the most satisfying part of it for me. And for those of you who don't maybe think, how could you use drama workshop to teach language? So it's kind of drama games that you can tweak to kind of help learn language basically. So on a really basic level, you could do, I don't know, if I say the word banane, which means banana, Ivo, can you do an action for us to kind of, what action would you do for banana? Cool.
That.
Yeah. So you do that, okay. So, or you could walk with it's personal, so it could be whatever you want. And but what you do, like I showed in the example at the start, is you're going straight from the word banane to the meaning. So that's just one, and you can do loads of things with drama. And then the workshop ended with students creating a freeze frame in small groups from something from the play that they'd seen. And then they had to come alive, each student had to come alive in the freeze frame and say one sentence, could be whatever, in French. So they were year 8. So it was kind of, you'd think it would be demanding because of the activity. They all wanted to perform, they wanted to kind of, show off to their friends. So one of the nicest moments in the whole project for me was one kid that at the start of the workshop I was thinking, oh, he's going to be a bit of a problem. He's a bit distracted, and by the end, because he wanted to kind of really impress his friends and the activities, sorry, it's going way too fast, I blame you, Ivor. He wanted to know, his thing was about the Titanic, he wanted to know the word for iceberg, so he's running around going, how to say iceberg, which turns out it's just iceberg. But that was a really nice moment for me in the project. You can find out more about the project, jejutheatre.wordpress.com. Also, in terms of my engagement and what that has given me, loads of kind of development of skills, but also I'm running, the French department have asked me to run a workshop as part of an open day. I put this on especially because Ivor told us to use no words at all in PowerPoint, so I put on as many as possible. But this was feedback from teachers about the project, but I think it can apply to all of the projects we've seen today. And if you're a student that wants to lead a project, kind of attack it with the same enthusiasm. Thank you.